And welcome back. The Storm split the regular season with the Barnstormers, but let's throw all that out the window because it was win or go home time in Iowa. And we know what's on the line, a chance to go to the United Bowl and play for a championship. That's enough said. Storm down 6-0 in the first quarter, and let's update that score. Lorenzo Brown with the QB sneak. Game is tied at 6. We're going to transition into the second quarter. Storm are now down 20-6 in a nice response. Brown finds Clint Shelby all alone in the end zone. They are now down 20-13. But with 23 seconds left in the first half, Barnstormers Daquan Neal finds Zazarik Peterson for the touchdown, and the Barnstormers, they're up 34-19. And fast forward to the fourth, the Storm, they're actually leading at this point 45-44 with 2 minutes left, and Brown is able to find Damian Ford all alone in the end zone, streaking down the sideline, hits him right in stride. The Storm go up by 8. Who cares about running out the clock when you got time left when you have Lorenzo Brown? But 30 seconds left. Barnstormers Ryan Ballatine finds Connor Holdenbeck for the touchdown. Barnstormers are now down by 2, but they need a 2-point conversion to tie, and Daniel Lindsay comes up with the interception for the Storm. He is your hero because the Storm win by that score of 52-50, and they're going to move on to their 10th straight United Bowl, and they will face the winner of Nebraska and Arizona. And although the Canaries are on a 9-game losing streak, they still feel they are one good all-around game away from getting back on the winning track.
It's good. We're grinding. We are battling every day, and it's easy to stay inside games with our offense because we know we can come back in any time of the day.
Would indeed be what the Birds need as they look to even the series against the Milkmen. Sioux Falls starts the scoring tonight. Jordan Eber is going to go to the ground, but Niles Nygaard will score on a fielder's choice, and the Canaries lead 1-0. And the pitching finally came around for the Birds tonight. Taylor Hill nabs a strikeout to end the 4th inning. He will rack up 8 of those on the night and keep the Milkmen scoreless after 4. And then came the heavy bats as Brett Vernigan connects on the pitch, and that one is sent into the party deck for his second home run of the season. That makes it 2-0. Canaries headed into the 6th, but don't count out the Milkmen because they're able to find a run off the bat of Glenn McClin. The grounder off the face of Nygaard, and just like that, it's a run ball game. 2-1 Canaries, and Milwaukee trying to complete the comeback top of the 9th, but Nygaard at third making the play, makes up for his mistake and beats the runner at first, and that snaps the streak as Sioux Falls beats Milwaukee 2-1, breaking the 9-game drought, and they could take this series lead tomorrow at 105. And the Sioux Falls Thunder are 1-6-2 on the season, but they can get their second win of the season tonight against Minneapolis City. And it was a hot one out there, folks. I know I was sweating. And it wouldn't start well for the Thunder. In the 4th minute, Minneapolis Will Kidd gets free and puts it in the net. Minneapolis leads 1-0. Then in the 20th minute, Minneapolis on attack again. That's Aaron Olson with the pretty setup for Kidd again. And he kicked it in with both feet there. You don't get to see that too many times. And the Thunder would go on to win. The Thunder would go on to lose, 2-0 to Minneapolis City. And Chamberlain, South Dakota native and 3-time state champion wrestler Nash Hutmaker committed to the University of Nebraska this morning to play football. He is number 72 in these highlights and is known by teammates and fans as the Polar Bear. And Hutmaker plays both sides of the ball on the offense and the defensive line, and he chose the Cornhuskers over programs such as Oregon, Iowa State, and Wisconsin. And his high school career is not over yet. Still 1 year left at Chamberlain, and what makes Hutmaker so special is he's known mostly for his wrestling. He is a national wrestling champion, and he is on a 123-game match win streak. And even though he does track as well, he won the shot put title this year. He's just an all-around athlete, folks. And however, it is unclear whether or not he will continue his wrestling career with the Cornhuskers. And it is day 2 of the DSU American Legion Classic, and Lennox and Redfield were squaring off this afternoon. Top of the first, Redfield's Noah Haney hits a sacrifice fly, and that brings in a run, and that would lead to a 2-0 lead after one. And the hot weather didn't affect the backs of Lennox as Zach Foss steps up and hits a bomb over the left field wall, and Lennox is still down 2-1. And actually, Lennox would get the win by the score of 7-4. And that's going to do it for sports. We'll be back with news in just a little bit.